Alright, everyone, we're back in another Stormgate cast, and I'm Algorithmore, and this is going to be a cast featuring in the Blue Infernal Katana, aka L, and in the Red Vanguard, C tier RTS player. And indeed, this is a C tier RTS player. See, I can't even say that, so I will not be saying that. This is Grimmy. Look at that C tier action. Going for a command post first here on Ruination. And yes, this is Elf playing under the Katana name, and she's going to come in with her Hexen and begin with a little... I like this kind of double scout, and it's probably just going to impact on one of those. This allows her to scout both bases and then just quickly teleport home if she wants to get to some creeping or something else. And gets little vision as that infest wears off there. Okay, so I see her Hexen is coming home to make sure she can get her base down, because Grimmy's going to be a jerk. And there we go. The imp manages to get the base down, and Grimmy does get away. And Urf. They're speaking in dog. I don't actually speak dog. I'm fluent in cat. It's what I took as my college elective. But yes, I'm sure that was just good luck. Have fun in puppy dog speak. And look at this Hexen heading at... Where's she going? She's already headed out again. And the scout's coming back. And if I've ever seen Elf play before, I didn't notice, but we had a mushroom shrine here. And we have double conclave with a ritual chamber on the way, and no gaunts out. So she's gone... What that means is her first Therium was spent on the ritual chamber, not gaunts. She's got a lot of Therium coming in. And no upgrades yet. Where did that Hexen go? Hexen's just wandering around. Is she eating cabbage at least? I don't know what she's doing. Just wandering around. And this is very curious. With the Mushroom Shrine, oh, and it's the one being upgraded. So Mushroom Shrine, named after MSRM, is the secondary shrine, which speeds up your Therium income. Notice only 5 workers there instead of needing like 7 or 8 maybe to match that same income. And also accelerated imp production so that you can saturate this base even quicker. And we did see that 2 rounds of Gaunts got pumped out. Only 2 rounds here, interestingly, because there's almost certainly charges on this one. We can see the blood in there. I think that means there's charges. I can't remember which means which. Blood in means charges or blood out means charges. But we had one of each here, so... and that's because one of those conclaves came down first, because you need it to build the ritual chamber. And I mentioned about that quick ritual chamber. Do we have Plague Axes already? Reaper's right, yeah. So this is a definite build from Elf here. And Lancers, well, Lancers are what you want against Gaunts. Ay. And here they go. These Gaunts, yikes. Nightfall Infestation catches a couple of the Lancers. Fiend's trying to get on top of another one, but the very nice splits here from Elf to try and keep her Gaunts alive, so they're not taking that AoE damage. But Gaunts just are not good against Lancers, and we see the Lancers are having a heyday. They're saying, hey Gaunts, come over here and let's play. And we'll play with our swords, chopping you into little bits and pieces. And the Gaunts don't like that game, so they're saying no. But now the Gaunts moving forward saying, hey, there's a lot of us. Meet my other Gaunty friends and pick off one of the weak Lancers. And maybe when you get to a critical mass of Gaunts, you can start really poking those Lancers down, especially when they're low like this. And the creeps get aggroed onto the Exos. And looks like Grimmy's like, fine, let's fight. Creeps, you want to go? But the creeps run back to their sleeping point. And now the center of the map has been taken by Elf. And she's on the chase. She doesn't care that on paper Gaunts are bad and that Lancers should kill them. She's like, I'm going to come in and look at this nice micro of hers to kind of focus fire down the weak units. Going for those slow Exos. Now, the Lancers with kinetic redirect, as soon as they get hit, they can run away quick, but that's not how Exos work. Exos need to turn and fire with their quick draw hustle. And boom, another Exo's going to go down. This is huge micro. She's chased these units all the way back, and by keeping the bio numbers down, she's avoiding a critical mass, which is what she has in terms of Gaunt. So Elf doing a great job. And now what's she doing? She's going to run, oh, she's going to take this speed camp so she gets even more speed advantage. She could have tried to press her their space. I wonder if she just didn't know if it was there. I noticed her kind of maneuver like she was going to check it. But I think one reason was is if you're sitting there trying to attack this base and they come in behind you, you don't really have anywhere to go. So it's a dangerous play. It becomes almost all in if you put yourself between the base and your opponent's army. So Elf maneuvering her Gaunt Force, which is getting bigger and bigger and bigger. I was going to say Gaunt Force 5, but it's more like Gaunt Force 45. And a couple Gaunts here. Let's call them Scout Gaunts, because they're like, oh, there's an army here. Another Nightfall Infestation going down, catching a few of these units. The Gaunts trying to get in, but there's now a lot more bio from this C tier RTS player, Grimmy. As is fairly true to C tier. Grimmy is just going with mass bio since it's OP. Like, let me just try and abuse this OP playstyle. That's how I got to gold. And Elf is like, yeah, well, I have my own C tier RTS playstyle, which is I'm going to mass Gaunts. Ooh, a Hellborn! We got our first unit that's not a Gaunt. That's a Hellborn. We do have a Hellforge, which is going for Soulforge Ascendants. Does she know that that's for brutes? Because we don't got brutes. It also takes 2 minutes, so it's a long commitment. She's got another Hellforge going down because she's like, that's going to take 2 minutes. So if I want any other real upgrades, I need another base. I need another Hellforge. Here we go. This could be an engagement. Huge system shock between speedy Exos. And look at them just jumping on top of the Gaunts, but the Gaunts are like, fine, we want to kiss you. We're going to kiss you with our axes in your face. We're going to infest you. We're going to Hellspawn, whatever that thing's called, Nightfall Infestation on you. The focus fire was on the Hellborn there, which was good, but it meant that the Gaunts were just getting free reign. Hellborn that have arrived as reinforcements in the back, getting some really nice fireballs, and some low Exos are in retreat here. And the Gaunts want to just chase him down. With that Reaper's Rush, they can do that. Lots of low Exos here. Gaunts getting on top of them. Some of the Gaunts, unfortunately, getting stuck on the creeps up there. And more reinforcements coming in for Grimmy. But a lot of those lead Exos are low. And now we get Nightfall as Shroud is on the whole map. And this is the Gaunt Force of Elf trying to push forward here. Soulforge Ascendant still isn't done, but that doesn't matter because no brutes have been made. So we will see if that makes any difference here in this game. But right now it's Gaunts doing the damage. Another huge system shock, trying to make some speedy units, trying to get some action with that speed, but no, they got to retreat back. There are no sentry posts here. There's one in the far back. If you could get an Exo in there, it might have range. But Hellborn here, and it's a split army for Grimmy, trying desperately. A Vulcan pops out. This could be the difference. Vulcans are really good against Exos, but huge splits from Elf as she moves those Gaunts back and makes them not even have to engage, really. Instead, she says, let me pull them back and let me engage this other army over here where you have your bio. And the the two Vulcans trying to get forward, trying to get some damage on the Gaunts and maybe deal with those Hellborn, but that one Hellborn... Ooh, more Hellborn... I didn't even notice. 4 Hellborn coming in for the flank on the right-hand side. And now it's 2 armies flanking on this Vulcan force. And that's going to be a GG from Grimmy in this game. Alright. We're back in it. This is another game featuring in the Blue Infernal. This is Katana, aka Elf. And her opponent in this match, in the Red Vanguard, this is the sexy man. This is Mangrusl. Look at this nice pup. I thought he was just going to sit there admiring these weird fly pets. But no. Decides to go and try and eat an imp. And the imps are like, we will fight. We're here to fight. We protect ours. And this other imp is like, I am a mushroom shrine. Ooh, come back at me. Come at me, puppy dog. And the puppy dog runs away again. That's what we thought. We are imps. We come from hell. And we mine all day long. Unless we turn into a building. That's our ultimate joy, is when we get to sacrifice ourselves and morph into a building of some kind. Like this poor, look at it, how happy he was as he went to hell. I assume that's how they get to hell. And became a vault. So Elf is gonna be a little different than we saw in that last game, which was like, let me show you how gaunts work. Let me show you how quickly I can get into Reaper's Rush, etc. No expansion yet out of Mangrusl. Instead, a lot of Lancers and 2 racks and a Biokinetics. Is this going to be for one of those older-fashioned Lancer pushes? It's kind of looking like it. We got Kinetic Redirect going down. Needs a little bit more of the juice, I think. Give me that juice. Elf's got a little skull here. That was great. So she was just scouting out the units and noticed they hadn't started creeping yet. I was like, fine, you're gonna start creeping. Hope you like that. So it's not a pure Lancer play here. In fact, it's Exos that are coming out, and we don't see any upgrades yet. So that Biokinetics lab was just for the tech switch into the into the Exos, sorry. And it is a lot of gaunts here. We have a vault, but it's gaunts, which is what Elf likes. She likes gaunts. And she's got more gaunts on the way. So she may have been tricking us with that vault. That might be just to get started on some of the other... She brought in Hellborns last game, so maybe she'll bring in Hellborns later. But here we have units coming across the map. Are they going to be aggressive or just here to steal these shadow demons? We see that... Okay, it takes out that vision camp. And one thing about that vision camp is you can see the mining base there. A skull going to retake the camp. Love it. Love it. Meanwhile, these units coming around for the long round the outside sweep. That was just to eat some cabbage on the way. Bye-bye Fellhog, and then bye-bye farm. Going for the farm. Farm goes down. And Effigy is going to also go down. So is the Shroudstone, or if that's a farm. It looks like it was a farm. And now we just got Gaunts. One Brute goes down. And the Lancers are able to get on the Gaunts, and Nightfall Infestation trying to get on the... Ooh, look at how many low Lancers there are. Nice pullback from Mangrusl, but the Fiends get on top of them and actually claim a couple extra Lancers. So once again, really, really well done by Elf. Her control with her Gaunts is crazy. And a lot of them still up at full life. Mangrusl is not, you know, going home. He's like, I send all my exos across the map for a reason. They're going to be upset if they have to go home without a prize. So I'm going to go make them shoot some slimes, which they're not, that's not exactly what they want. But I'll take that and we'll see. Maybe I'll push up this ramp. Come on. Yeah, here we go. Mangrusl's like, I'm going to go the other ramp then. Hope you like that. But I'm going to let you know I'm doing that first by taking that camp. Gets the Hellborn, snipes the Hellborn, snipes the Hexen, and then he's like, I'm out of here, you knife all huge dodge. Very nice maneuver there. And now it's Exos with quick draw. They can kite Gaunts until Gaunts have the Reaper's Rush, which, let's check. Oh, there we go. It's on the way. It's on the way. Other Hellborn showed up. The Exos can kind of kite a Hellborn too or whatever, but the Hellborn just has such a range that if they're forced to fight with the Gaunts, the Hellborn's usually getting free shots. Couple brutes added. Probably just misclicks for Elf. She made the vault, and then now when she accidentally presses the brute buttons, brutes actually get built. So that's probably why there's brutes in her army. Gaunt's here. Lead Gaunt. Like, I wish I was a brute, but I'm not. Oh, look at those Gaunts still alive. That Hellborn shot claiming the life of an Exo. Another brute going down. Bleh, brute's guts. Brutes and guts. And Mangrusl just staying aggressive in this forward vision camp. Trying to not let Elf get out and get more map control. And it's worth pointing out, this has been on one base this whole time. So this is kind of an all-in. And it's not looking good if this is an all-in. Another Nightfall, another dodge. And this is an army that's unfortunately pushed into the back now. They can kite, but at some point they're going to run out of base to go. Exo's showing up at the back trying to take out a Hellborn. They might get it, but the Elf sees it and she tries to micro away. And the Gaunt's chasing away Exos now. The Hellborn does go down, but so do all the Exos. And yeah, these three are going to get sacrificed too. And more Exos showing up. 3 more Exos showing up. Actually, the Exos managing to push the Gaunts back. And again, still, this is a one base all in solar habitats on the barracks to keep the production up. But now we're seeing expansion going down at 8 minutes. That with this economy, my goodness. My goodness. This is a 3rd base up with lots of protection. We are, in fact, getting an extra Hellforge. Or was there already a Hellforge? Maybe that's our first one. First Hellforge. Going for those Hellborn upgrades. Maybe going for that sweet, sweet Soulforge Ascendance again. Which did come online last game, but never mattered. Hellborn from the low ground being like, I'm just going to stay safely down here and rain down the fire as we creep this camp. And it's creeping over here for the Exos too. They're going for the Luminite camp. And this camp's been in the possession of Mangrusl the whole time here. I wonder if we're going to see Elf try and take it back. Exos coming down here. This is often an easy base to attack, but look at this sweet SimCity here. Oh yeah, you want to push into the farms and into the Shroudstone? Okay. Go for it. Nightfall Infestation. Yeah, this time it connects. And Brutes and Gaunts. Gaunts getting on top of the weak and slowed units. The Infest now against spawning Fiends and reinforcement medtechs. Oh yeah, they have to pull back. They do not want to fight there. And that was fun, but the Skull Squisher does what his name says. He squishes your skull. He punches you in the face, and then you feel sad and dead. Fiend's trying to body block here. Nanoswarm on the medtechs to try and keep him alive. It's basically cheating, but, you know, that's how Vanguards are. I'm crazy how much DPS that heals. And the Exos managed to come back and also pick off some of those gaunts. So we see this. Excuse me. See this Luminite tower being taken. Mangrusl is now finally like, oh wait, you do need bases in this game. So I will take a third base. Haven't really saturated this base yet, but going for more racks. I turn my 1 base all in and do a 3 base all in. And Elf is out lawn mowing with her Hellbarn. Lumberjacking. And here's like third base. I don't think so. How about more fiends for me? Here come the fiends. Yay! Ah, so many bombs go down. Exos on the low ground trying to push up the ramp into their own base, but this base is already dead. Nightfall Infestation going down, catching the front Exos, but they are in retreat. Elf pulls back to regroup just a little bit and lets them get into a better position. Lots of Hellborn now. That's enough to start one-shotting Exos if you get them all caught with the same fireball. And of course, if we get some Molten Touch, yes, we got the Molten Touch. So this could be a deadly final push here. We see definitely the supply is in Elf's favor. And remember, Mangrusl was kind of all in at the beginning of this game. And yeah, calls GG. Okay, here we are in another Stormgate cast. And this one is also going to be featuring in the blue Vanguard. This is Mangrusl. And his opponent in the red Inferno. Look how cool it's looking today, especially with these weird butterfly things. This is Elf, aka Katana. Opening Conclave. As she does. As she does. So far, 2 games we've seen Gaunt, and we might see, in this game, more Gaunt. More Gaunts. That's my guess. And she brings out her Hexen to defend against that Scout. And I wonder if Mangrusl is going to do that 1 base all-in play. We do see 2 racks, so that's my first guess. Is no command post coming out of Mangrusl. This is going to be Lancers and Exos streaming across the map. And then a micro battle. Trying to make that a win. In the main base here, it's a vault. And in the last game, we did see Elf put down that vault again, and she didn't use it too much. Accidentally misclicked and made a couple brutes here and there. But yeah. Maybe she's just vault curious, you know. She's experimenting with the vault. And, you know, you can't blame her. Everyone experiments some point in their life. So, maybe one day she will become a vault player. But for now, she is well known to be a Conclave lover and a fan of the Gaunts. Which is sometimes kind of funny to say because she also complains about how bad Gaunts are a lot. But I imagine if you play a unit all the time, then you get to know very well whether they are a good unit or not. And look at this, Mangrusl is like, if you're not creeping, I'm creeping. If you're not going to creep your camp, I'm going to creep my camp, creep your camp. That's what all these units is for. And bye-bye slimes, that's sweet. I love how he kept these units back so they didn't get the debuff. And now he's going to soak up the juices. Get them back up to full. Skull coming down. This is good skull action. Trying to take the camp away, trying to impact and get that vision. But these units are almost fully back healed. That's awesome. And so we see a farm going down. That's good. That's like some static D here. Weird artifact line there. I wonder if I see that. Yeah. Weird line in the shroud. That farm, once it generates some Fell Hogs, of course, is going to be some good defense against this push. A Shroud Stone would be nice in the back as well. So far, these units are just gathering and doing nothing. And it's all Lancers this time. Last time we saw a mix. Do we see a Biokin? Yeah, and it's Warren. It's, oh, I thought Warren might mean something. Maybe that means it just finished. Yeah, kinetic redirection is done. We got promotes going down on these Lancers. These Lancers are trying. This is the good old KR Bob build. Although this is a one base variant that has 8 instead of 4 or 5. And they're just like, fine, we're going to sit in the middle of all of your units because we're Lancers and we are invincible. And actually doing a really good job clearing out some Gaunts. We're going to get the Hexen now. And more Gaunts going down. And they are kind of low, but I don't know if any Lancers have been lost yet. Now we're going to see the first Lancers start going down. Reinforcement, Gaunts, and Brutes come down. And Imps haven't actually gone down yet, which is cool. Manifest Shroudstone, and not going to get that last Lancer. Oh, the Infest does get it, though. And the Fiend doesn't realize they should run home. So a good hold. Lots of units went down. I wish I had a units lost tab. Because I do think that was way more units lost for Elf than for Mangrusl. And another one goes down there. And this is not over. These units are like, let's push in. There are some hogs in a farm. I like how the farm's kind of by the ramp there to just make it hard to run up the ramp. It's not going to block the ramp or anything, but it makes it harder. And more Gaunts going down, and they're trying to get on the Imps. They want to. The Imps just stop. Oh, I like that, because if the Imps stop, then they start becoming body blockers, so the Lancers can't walk in the middle of them or walk through them, and it makes it easier to basically defend. It also makes them so they're not targets. So your Lancers will try and run around them to get to your Gaunts, and it basically turns them into a wall. So, well done by Elf there. And Mangrusl's committed to this. Running Lancers, I don't like this. You already know that Elf's defense is really set up well. I guess she didn't have farms back here. But she hasn't really lost any Imps yet to your harass. And now you're running your Lancers just to the back of the base. Hoping they're going to get out. But they're not. Because, again, well-placed hogs here. Look, trapped against the effigy. Yikes! That sucks. But so far, very good hold for Elf. And she's moving up to 3 bases. Now, Mangrusl in this game has not stuck on that 1 base play. And has gone up to 2 bases. And looks like it's switching to Vulcans. Yeah. And a Vulcan push can be a good follow-up to this, especially if your opponent is staying on tier 1, which looks like we're seeing from Elf so far. She is on Greater going up to Elder. That's cool. But what's that about? Hellforge? Getting Soulforge. Soulforge Ascendants. Which is Brute upgrades. Maybe she's trying to get that. Now, Vulcans is what I mean. They're going to be good against this comp, but a real nice concave from Elf right now. The Vulcans are best if they can kind of hit a lot of your units all at once. And if you have a good concave, that's often good against them. But a few of the Gaunts get taken care of. This is a flank play, trying to catch these units so that they can't really retreat back from this. And now we're, again, a little bit of a concave coming in as reinforcements coming from the other side. But look at how tanky the Vulcans are. And even with that, now with shield up, wow, the Gaunts have to retreat. And luckily the Vulcans are low enough that they feel they need to retreat as well. So they're going to march back. More Vulcans and Exos. Getting a macro mushroom shrine over here now. And we are up to Elder Shrine now. And where was that Hellforge? It's queued up with some Molten Touch. think that's one reason why a second Hellforge is really smart when you are going for your Elder Shrine. Once you get to Elder Shrine, you have Magmadon speed, you have Hellborn Molten Touch, and you have the, what is it, Soul Praise, Thundering Soul Praise, I think it's called, for the brutes. And you want all of them. And you want them right away. When you get to tier 3, you don't want to wait like 3 minutes for that, or however long it takes them for them to research. So I think it's a good idea to get your second Hellforge around then, and they're not super expensive. And we are on the Molten Touch upgrade now for Elf, which is good news because this push is coming in. The Molten Touch is only half done, so she might have to do a little delaying here. But so far she's being aggressive and pushing out with her gaunts. And I think that's mostly just trying to catch some of those units, yeah, before the Vulcans get there. So some of those lead units are out of position. And another nice Nightfall. And yeah, I like how she's just being like, fine, I'm only going to let the Hellborn kind of deal with this for now. Now the Molten Touch is just finished. And in fact, she just full on says, this base is done. She's got 2 bases down here that can replace it. Her Hellborn are trying to move forward into position. They want to do damage. Yeah, and Molten Touch. Boom. Boom! Taking out an Exo. Boom! Another one. And yeah, they can take out the repair turret, the repair-o-matic. They can push this force down the ramp. Jump jets come in. This looks like Mangrusl wants to make this happen here. Wants to maybe kill these Gaunts and get these Hellborn for free. There are a lot of units, but some of those Vulcans are looking really low now. One of them gets taken out. The Hellborn are starting to get caught up, and they're going to go down too. 2 of them going down, but more Hellborn reinforcing from the right-hand side. A Manifest Shroudstone. The Gaunts trying to pull back to some safety, and more Vulcans going down. Look how low they are. We have a sentry post going down, trying to become a repair-o-matic, I'm sure. But so many low units for Mangrusl, and is now being chased back to the energy camp. A few Exos rally forward, I think is what really happened there. And the Vulcans are in retreat. A huge Nightfall infestation catches 2 of the Vulcans in a slow. They turn to fight, but one of them goes down. The other one gets a Nanoswarm. The Medtech pays the price for it and goes down. And Elf pulls back. What's going on over here? Censored drone. Couple Bob. And so far Elf has been putting on a little bit of a workshop and showcase of Gaunts and Hellborn for us. Proving that Gaunts are not bad. Takes out the sensor drone. These 5 Vulcan try and want to bust down these trees and maybe get a quick kill on this base. Bob's over here building a sentry post, which is going to lure the army of Elf back, while these Vulcans are going to get a ton of free kills on these imps. All deleted, all gone. You barely even looked away, and next thing you know, all your imps are gone. Bye-bye base as well. And these are just a few Gaunts here trying to deal with the Bobs, while the rest of the army comes back and tries to chase Mangrusl away, and indeed is chasing Mangrusl away. But at the cost of losing those shrines. Both shrines went down, actually. Nice Nightfall caught some of those units. And the Exos are so low. More going down. Yeah, jump jets back. Get away from me. Get away from my unit, my Exos. But that might have been all the posturing that Mangrusl has left. Because, yeah, good splits here. Trying to get the units spread out. But now we're going to get pushed. Gaun's pulling back so the Hellborn can rain down. Jump jets pushing the Vulcans forward on top of the Hellborn, but the Hellborn now getting free reign on the Vulcans as well, and another Nightfall on the whole map. We're getting Shroud, and bye-bye to the Vulcans. It's just Hellborns and Gaunts doing their job now. Medtechs are going to go down. There's a couple of Exos and Hedgehogs left, but this should probably be it for Mangrusl. Actually, Elf's army is still pretty small. And maybe even this Bob, I thought they were going to all charge the front, but no, they're going for sentry posts. Those can easily be one shot down by the Hellborn if they want to. Turns into a flat cannon. Lots of repair. You kind of needed to do that one shotting when it was, there we go, when it wasn't being mass repaired. But that's GG from Mangrusl.